In my own opinion, the governors should please sit together. 7 of them should sit together, come up with a very strong agenda. If they like, they can go with some traditional rulers, influential ones, genuine ones, ulamas, opinion leaders. Meet Mr. President. Look, we're tired of this insecurity. We are tired of kidnappings. And if you want our votes again in 2027, bring peace to our land. My name is Ali Sani Mohammed, Secretary of Katsina State Elders Forum, the very forum that means well for the state and the people of Katsina State. The peace pact being signed by local governments, particularly the ravaged areas, the most affected, I can say it's a welcome development. Since the government has failed to protect them, primary assignment of government is to protect people and property. Now, they have tried their best to be protected. Unfortunately, it's not forthcoming. The state government took some steps. They took some brilliant steps initially, but unfortunately, the bandits have overpowered them. They cannot do anything. The state government cannot give them directives. Now, instead of the state government to go, of course they did. They met the federal government to dig into the root cause of these problems. Like one time, the elders committee advised the government. They even pointed out some necessary steps the government should take in order to avoid or to discard or to do away with the insecurity. But unfortunately, the report was dumped aside. Now, you might be aware that recently we were holding a meeting, a security meeting for that matter, trying to proffer solutions to all these banditry and kidnappings. Thugs were sent to come and disperse us. Thugs walked into the hall, we were holding this meeting, and started throwing chairs, abusing us. When we came out of the hall, we saw some thugs holding knives. If we had resisted, or decided to force ourselves to continue the meeting, only God knows what would have happened. Now, basically, this banditry and kidnapping is the most disturbing thing. The most disturbing thing presently affecting, especially northwestern states. The peace pacts signed by individual local governments is for their own good. Since the government could not do or could not protect them, they decided, okay, let's go into a negotiation. They paid some money to the bandits, with the understanding that things will be over. But I assure you, these bandits would always move to other local governments where peace pacts have not been signed, especially because the bandits have not been asked to relinquish their weapons. After the peace pact, ask the bandits to relinquish their weapons, seize the weapons, and let them go empty-handed. At least there will be some succor, there will be some peace. But when you allow bandit to go back with his gun, what are you doing? You are asking him to go elsewhere where peace pact has not been signed. And I'm telling you, even if all local governments within Katsina State will sign a peace pact, and the bandits negotiate and collect ransom for that, collect money, a lot of money. They'll go back to the bush temporarily. The moment that money is exhausted, they will come back and strike. Now there are local governments that sign peace pacts, but they are not free from banditry. Even yesterday, day before yesterday, some 3 days back in Kenya, so many places. So these things are very, very disturbing. Unless the federal government comes to the rescue of Katsina State, we'll continue to have this problem. Peace pact is good because the farmers will get some relief. They'll go to their farms and remove whatever they have cultivated, whatever they have grown in their farms. But I assure you, it's temporary. The moment the bandits are hungry and broke, they'll come back.
Okay, yeah. What do you think should have been done, sir?
Yeah, a lot of things. First of all, if you negotiate with a bandit, ask him to surrender his weapon. If he relinquishes his weapon and you collect it, at least you have gone a step further in ensuring peace within that locality. That is one. Secondly, the peace pact should not be limited to the bandits and the people alone. Let government come in. Let government witness that peace pact. So that at least they will continue from somewhere. The government has, like I told you, I watched the commissioner of the security watch, which the governor has plotted. It was a good initiative. But unfortunately, those members of the security initiative don't have the firepower like the bandits. Their weapons are usually pump action, which are not comparable to the ones the bandits are using. So it's really unfortunate. And if the government can continue with the effort they have started, seek for approval to buy sophisticated weapons like the bandits have, I'm sure with their determination, they want the security, the insecurity to end. Whoever is leading people will not like to see his people being slaughtered. So the sleepless nights the bandits are giving the leaders, our government, is due to the lackadaisical attitude of the federal government. Unless the federal government is ready to end this insecurity, it will never stop. And they know what to do. We have a very powerful and experienced soldiers. If they want to finish this insecurity within 1, 2, 3 months, I assure you they can do it. Some of the governors are telling us that they know where these bandits are. So if they know where they are, and they are not taking action, or they are not allowed to take action, or they are not allowed to give command to the soldiers, because soldiers, the police, all security agencies are under the control of the federal government. Let our governors come together, go and meet the president. If they like, they can go with some opinion leaders, some ulama, some businessmen, influential enough to talk to the president to his face. That, look, Mr. President, we are tired of the insecurity pervading our states. We want something, we want an action to be taken. Our people are being killed every day. Mr. President, you can stop this menace. Ask your people, ask your service chiefs to move and stop this. Let the president give the security chiefs marching order and a time limit to end this insecurity. I assure you it will be another story. People will move freely once again. But provided they allow this insecurity or they politicize the issue of the security and continue the way they are moving, ask the security teams to go out today. When they start killing the bandits, they stop them and divert them to another. I mean, this will never bring an end to this banditry and kidnapping. There are a lot of things the federal government can do. They can approach the issue both kinetic and non-kinetic ways. They know what to do. They know what to do. But people that voted you into power are being slaughtered by the day. Will you have the audacity or the courage to come back to us and ask us to vote you again? One, I know if I vote you, my uncle, my father, or myself will be killed. I mean, think about it. We're human beings. We're entitled to our freedom. We're entitled to our lives. If those things cannot be given to us, then what is the essence of voting you? I've mentioned it before that once this insecurity continues, I'm afraid Mr. President should forget about 2027. And I still maintain that. A villager in Basadi, Kankara, or anywhere cannot come out and start voting. Someone who has killed his parents, or someone who has killed his brother or wife. I mean, it's not actually wise, not even to think of being voted into office again when we're being killed. So I assure you the federal government has a role to play. The state governor here has been doing, he has been trying, he has been doing his best. But he cannot bring an end to this banditry and kidnapping. Why? Because he doesn't control the security. At a point in time, he even becomes confused. He will bring some people that cannot identify their left from right. People that cannot tell him, look, this is what to, or that are afraid to face him and tell him the truth. Whoever can face you and tell you the truth as it is the person you should be concerned with. But they will tell you this man hates you, he doesn't like you. That is bullshit. Whoever can face you and tell you that what you are doing is bad, draw him closer to you. Ask him, how do I do something good? He will tell you. So all these issues of insecurity, banditry, and what have you, I assure you can be brought to an end if people are serious. But the government should go back to their drawing board. Like the governor here, let him look for people, genuine people who can tell him to his face, now, look, governor, what you are doing is wrong. Do it this way. Believe you me, it will be done that way. We have spoken before. We have started speaking on issues that will better the state, that will bring good things to the state. But someone somewhere decided to come in and attempted breaking the elders. He cannot break the elders. Instead, he was left alone. Elders are still intact. The elders forum is still intact. We're still there on ground. But if the government feels we're irrelevant, we cannot advise, fine. We have advised so many governments before. We have assisted right from Umaru up to Masari. They have always relied on our advices. Sometimes we draw a blueprint, give the governor, say, look, if you do this, and that, the state will prosper. And it has been prospering. We have been living in peace. You understand? Not until the emergence of this banditry. And this banditry, I assure you, if the governor had taken our advice, we give him something in writing, and we still have a document that can assist him uproot all these bandits. And we told him, in fact, who were the people that suggested this Ruga program? We suggested that attend to these people who are disturbed for one reason or the other. They feel cheated. They felt cheated. That's why they decided to move aside and start creating problem. Tell me how a Fulani man who will kidnap a person and collect a ransom of 100 million will go back to the bush with some cattle that are not worth 8 million, perambulating about in the forest with a few cattle. He has already found a trade that can generate money for him. But this can be stopped. I assure you this can be stopped. So let the governor choose people. When I say people, reputable people, genuine people that can advise him wisely. Not people of pro-establishment. Pro-establishments go with everybody. If he is not there tomorrow, another person is elected as governor. They will go back and tell him that the previous government blended. They did this, they did. So, I mean, in all honesty, nobody is happy with this banditry and insecurity. Nobody in Katsina State, nobody in the Northwest region. So like I earlier said, let the governors, the whole 7 of them, hold a meeting, a genuine meeting, discuss issues on how to bring an end to this banditry and kidnappings. Go and meet Mr. President. Mr. President is a human being. He was only elected to come and lead Nigerians. So he has to listen to Nigerians. They should remove anything like fear or whatever from their minds. We have made presidents, we have made so many presidents in the past with Katsina problem. And to some extent, we have solved many. You don't have to fear anything. I mean, anybody from the age of 60 and above has no time. If he says he will fear a human being like you or a leader, he's not doing good to his people. I mean, it's not proper. You are supposed to guide, counsel, and direct. So, I mean, in my own opinion, the governors should please sit together. 7 of them should sit together, come up with a very strong agenda. If they like, they can go with some traditional rulers, influential ones, genuine ones, ulamas, opinion leaders. Meet Mr. President. Look, we are tired of this insecurity. We are tired of kidnappings. And if you want our votes again in 2027, bring peace to our land. That is the only language Mr. President will understand. Then he will give marching orders to all his security chiefs. I assure you, in 1-2 months, all these things will be over. Who is Bello Turji? Who is this? Who is that? How many of them? How many of them? If the populace in Northwest Zone will be armed, believe you me, they can face these bloodthirsty bandits and finish them within a very short time. So in all honesty, what you are doing is very good. This opinion poll you have decided to conduct is really good. And I am very impressed. And this is one of the responsibilities of pressmen. The media should educate, should advise, and of course should be seen to play a leading role in bringing peace back to the land. If you continue this way, in fact, only God can reward you. And you are helping the government. Because some people will tell them the truth, some will give them good advice. Some will, in fact, the responsible leaders will sit down and listen. Like I said, the only person who knows what it is to be a leader, or any leader who is good and conscious of his responsibilities, that will identify people who love him. And if you love your leader, tell him the truth. If somebody comes to tell him, look, that man doesn't like you, he's challenging you, he's doing this, listen to him, but don't work with what he has told you. Because he is actually trying to destroy you. So that is our position, and we maintain it. We want peace back to our state. We want peace back to Northwest State, and we want peace back to Nigeria. And I wish each and every leader the very best of luck. I hope they will reason, they will listen, and work with the advices you people are coordinating for them. Thank you very much.